Hello children. So we saw in our last class that is chemical reactions and equations. So what is the chemical reactions? How to write the chemical reactions in equations and how to balance the chemical equations also. Is it right? And how to write the states of the compounds and elements which is present in the chemical reactions. Okay, that is solid, liquid, gas and aqueous solutions. Okay, you all know. And how to mention the temperatures and pressures, what are we are using in the reactions also, and catalysts also I explained you. So what is how to write that? Okay, then we move on to types of chemical reactions. What is the types of chemical? What are the chemical types of chemical reactions? First one is combination reaction, second decomposition reaction, then displacement reaction, and double displacement reaction. The last one is oxidation and reduction. Okay, so we saw what is a combination reaction and explanation also. What is combination reaction? So that is two or more substances combine to form a combination reaction. So combination reaction is also called it as exothermic reaction. Why we are saying combination reaction is an exothermic reaction? Because it releases the energy while doing the reaction. So while releasing the energy means it is an exothermic reaction. So in a reaction, it is absorbing the energy means it is decomposition reaction, and decomposition reaction is also called it as endothermic reaction. So why endothermic reaction means it is absorbing the energy. Okay, so we are saying these two are clear. Is it children? Is it right? You are clear about combination reaction and decomposition reaction. Is it right? Then we move on to third one. What is the third one? Displacement reaction. Yeah, it is displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. So what is displacement reaction? So displacement reaction, so it displaces, so a more reactive element which displaces the less reactive element from its solution. A more reactive element which displaces the less reactive element from its solution is said to be displacement reaction. So a more reactive element, which displaces the less reactive element is said to be a displacement reaction. Okay, understood children? For example, let us see iron. Okay, so iron, what is the symbol of iron? Fe. What is the symbol of iron? Fe. We are taking it as solid. Okay, so we are taking it as solid plus copper sulfate solution. Okay, we are adding iron to the copper sulfate solution. What is the molecular formula of copper sulfate? CuSO4. CuSO4. So iron we are reacting, that is iron is reacting with copper sulfate solution, it gives. Okay, so here comparing to here, what are the metals? Copper and iron. Copper and iron. Okay, so here copper is a less reactive than iron. Iron is more reactive than copper. Okay, understood children? So here the more reactive element iron is displaces the less reactive element copper from its solution. So iron displaces the copper from its solution and it adds with the solution. So FeSO4, ferrous sulfate solution plus copper is separated. Okay, Cu. Okay, see, iron displaces the copper from its solution and we are getting iron sulfate solution plus copper. So let us see that how it is displaces. Okay, see an experiment. Okay, so we are taking a copper sulfate solution. Okay, see, this is a copper sulfate solution. See, copper sulfate solution in this. Okay, test tube A and test tube B. In two test tubes, we are taking copper sulfate solution only. Okay, so in this, for that we are taking iron nails. Okay, for that we are taking an iron nails. So these two are iron nails. See how it is shining. See how it is shining. Okay, these two iron nails are having a shining surface. This is iron. This is a new nails and I took. Okay, but it is in old nails, means it is color. It is in the brownish in color. Okay, we should rub it with the sandpaper and we are doing reactions. Okay, we should start reactions. Okay, now I took a new nails. Okay, so it is having a shining surface. It does not have any reaction in this. So iron we are kept aside, means it is reacted with the oxygen which is present in the moisture. It is in the moisture. Okay, it is in the atmosphere. Okay, so the iron nail should change in brownish in color. Okay, because it gets rusted. Okay, so here for that we are taking a old nails, means we should rub it with the sandpaper. Now I am taking a new nail. Okay, so I should kept this nail into the copper sulfate solution. Okay, with using the thread. Okay, I kept this iron nail inside the copper sulfate solution for few minutes. Okay, so this copper sulfate solution, I told, see what is that? Iron is a more reactive than copper. So iron displaces the copper from its copper sulfate solution. Okay, so in this iron nail, so this iron displaces the copper from its solution. Okay, see, that is, so the color of the copper sulfate solution. So iron displaces the copper sulfate, copper from its solution. See the color of the solution, it is lightly brownish in color. So the nail is, see, gets rusted. So this iron displaces the copper from its solution. See, iron displaces the copper from its solution. See children, the copper sulfate solution is in blue in color. Look here, see the copper sulfate solution is blue in color. But here we are kept iron nail in this. See the color of this solution. See the color of this solution. This is iron sulfate solution. The copper is removed. It is on the layer of the iron nail. So see the color of the copper sulfate solution is blue in color, and color of the solution. See the test tube B, we are kept iron nail inside that. The color of the solution is changed. Okay, so the iron displaces the copper from its solution. Is it clear, children? Okay, understood? See, that is, iron is more reactive than copper. Okay, so iron displaces the copper from its solution. Okay, so we are getting iron sulfate solution, ferrous sulfate solution plus copper. Okay, so copper sulfate is an aqueous solution you saw. Okay, then now we are getting ferrous sulfate also aqueous solution, and copper we are getting a precipitate, that is solid formation. Understood, children? Now you understood what is displacement reaction. Okay, the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from its solution. Here iron is more reactive element and copper is a less reactive element. Understood, children? So here, let us see another examples for this. Okay, zinc. We are taking as zinc. Okay, zinc is also here more reactive than copper. So zinc plus copper sulfate solution, it gives zinc sulfate solution plus copper. Zinc sulfate solution plus copper. Okay, so then we are taking lead. Okay, so what is the symbol of lead, children? What is the symbol of lead? Pb. Okay, so Pb. So this also reacts with copper chloride solution. Copper chloride solution. Okay, we are taking lead with copper chloride solution. The solution should be changed into lead chloride So that is we are taking a more reactive element with the less reactive element in the form of solution. Okay. So the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from its solution. Okay. So we are getting like this. Understood, children? Okay. So then we move on to another one. Okay. Next topic, that is double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. You all clear, children, what is displacement reaction? Okay. So displacement reaction. What is displacement reaction? A more reactive element which displaces the less reactive element from its solution. Okay. So we are getting like this. Okay. Iron plus copper sulfate solution. It gives iron sulfate plus copper. Copper is separated. Copper is separated. Okay. Then the fourth one is double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Okay. So what is meant by double displacement reaction? So we are taking up two solutions. Okay. In that two solutions, it switch places from one to another solution. Okay. The positive ions into negative ions. The positive ions into negative ions. Okay. So positive ions displaces the negative ions from its solution and it switch places both the solutions. That it is called it as double displacement reactions. Okay. Understood? That is double displacement reaction. So it is a chemical reaction which switch places the positive ions and negative ions from its compounds. Okay, positive ions and negative ions from its compounds. Okay, so it is called double displacement reaction. Okay, two reactants switch places. Okay, that is two elements. So positive ions and negative ions from two reactants. Okay, it is switch places from its compounds. Okay, so here we are taking a sodium sulfate solution. Sodium sulfate solution plus barium chloride solution. Sodium sulfate Na2SO4. Sodium sulfate Na2SO4. Sodium sulfate solution. So it is an aqueous solution. It will react with another solution, that is barium chloride solution. Barium chloride solution. Okay. So these two are aqueous solutions. These two are aqueous solutions. Okay. Sodium sulfate solution and barium chloride solution. So these two are reacts and switch places the positive ions and negative ions. Okay. So here positive ions, okay, sulfate ions and negative ions, barium ions. Okay. So positive ions, that is Ba2 plus. I explained you in 9th standard class itself. Okay. So that is what is ions. So positive ions and negative ions. So Ba2 plus. It is a positive ion and negative ion SO4 2 minus. Okay, these two are. So this is a positive ion and this is a negative ion. So these two are combined and switch places from one solution to another solution. So this is switch places from one to another. It is called it as double displacement reaction. Understood? So that is, so Na. So it switch places BaSO4, barium sulfate solution. Barium sulfate solution plus NaCl. The balance is there in the solutions NaCl. Okay. So see in left hand side of the equation we have sodium atoms are 2. Okay. How many sodium atoms are there? 2. And chlorine atoms also 2. So we are taking 2 NaCl. 2 NaCl. Okay. So here we are taking two solutions Na2SO4 plus BaCl2. Sodium sulfate plus barium chloride. Here the positive ions are barium and the negative ions are SO4. Okay. These two are combined. So positive ions and negative ions switch places from their solutions and we are getting a precipitate. It is in the form of solution. So it is also a aqueous solution, NaCl. So it is a precipitate, solid form. It is a precipitate. It is a precipitate. Understood? So any reaction, it forms a precipitate. Okay, any reaction it forms a precipitate means that reaction we can say it as precipitation reaction. It is a precipitation reaction. Any reaction it forms a precipitate means that reaction we can say it as a precipitation reaction. See, understood? What is double displacement reaction? So positive ions and negative ions switch places from its solutions. Okay, it forms a precipitate or it forms a solid. Okay, it is called it as double displacement reaction. So mainly we should mention what is double displacement reaction means. That is a positive ions in a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, that is a positive ions or negative ions switch places from their compounds. Switch places from their compounds is called double displacement reaction. So these words are very important. What are that? So positive ions and negative ions switch places from their compounds is called double displacement reaction. Understood, children? So what is a displacement reaction? A more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from its solution. Okay, is called displacement reaction. Okay, then double displacement reaction. Positive ion and a negative ions. Positive ions and negative ions switch places from their solutions is called double displacement reaction. Understood, children? Thank you. Hello children, we saw in our last class that is types of chemical reactions, combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction and oxidation and reduction. So these are the explanations of combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction and double displacement reaction also. So now in this class let us see what is oxidation and reduction. Okay, the fifth type of chemical reaction is oxidation and reduction. Okay, oxidation and reduction. Oxidation and reduction. So what is oxidation? Mainly you should clear about what is oxidation and what is reduction. So oxidation means gain of oxygen. Okay, so we are taking any element. Okay, that element is gaining oxygen from atmosphere or from any other compounds, or we are taking oxygen with that compound. So gain of oxygen we can say it as oxidation reaction. Gain of oxygen we can say it as oxidation reaction. And loss of oxygen, if you are taking any oxides, okay, if you are taking any oxides, that oxides is reducing into a metal, okay, an element. So that is called it as reduction reaction. Reduction reaction. Okay, understood? So we are taking any element, it gets oxidized means that is called it as oxidation reaction. We are taking any oxides, it is reduced into a metal or any other element. That element it is reducing, there is loss of oxygen, we can say it as reduction reaction. Understood? So let us see this oxidation reduction by an example. Okay, so we are taking a copper. Okay, so copper is a metal. Okay, so it is reacts with oxygen. Copper reacts with oxygen. It gives copper oxide. Okay, it gives copper oxide. Now it is balanced. Okay, so we are taking a copper in a china dish. Okay, so taking we should see one example. Okay, copper we are taking in a china dish. Okay, china dish means that is a bowl. Okay, or any other bowl we are taking a copper. Okay, so this copper is we are kept aside means it is formed a layer on the copper. Okay, so that layer is in black in color. Okay, the black color layer is formed. Understood? So now the black color layer is formed. So that layer, that is called it as copper oxide. That is called it as copper oxide. So again that copper oxide is react with hydrogen which is present in the atmosphere. Okay, so which is present in the atmosphere. So copper oxide reacts with hydrogen which is present in the atmosphere. Okay, so it reacts with copper which is present in the atmosphere. We are heating. Okay, we are heating this. While heating, so the copper oxide is reaction of hydrogen. It gives copper. It gives copper plus water. It gives copper plus water. So copper we are getting as separately. Now see here, copper oxide is reduced to copper. Copper oxide is reduced. Here the copper oxide, here it is a loss of oxygen. Loss of oxygen. Okay. Now in the first reaction we saw that is oxidation reaction. Copper is oxidized to copper oxide. Okay. So here in this example, copper oxide reacts with hydrogen while heating. Okay. So we are getting copper plus water. Understood? So here it is a oxidation and reduction reaction. See, copper oxide is reduced to copper. Copper oxide is reduced to copper. So it is loss of oxygen. So it is reduction reaction. Then now see, this hydrogen is getting oxidized. Understood? Hydrogen is getting oxidized. Now this is said to be oxidation reaction. See, hydrogen is getting oxidized. This is oxidation reaction. Okay. So now in a same reaction, in a single reaction, oxidized also, that is gain of oxygen also there, loss of oxygen also there. So copper oxide is reduced to copper, so it is reduction reaction. So hydrogen is getting oxidized, so it is oxidation reaction. In a single reaction, oxidation also there, reduction also there. So we can say this type of reaction, oxidation and reduction reaction. Both reactions are in a single reaction, means we can say it as redox reaction. Understood? I say I told in the last class, that is what are the types of reactions we saw in that class now? That only I told. Okay. So oxidation and reductions are in the same reaction, means so that it is called it as redox reactions. It is called it as redox reaction. So oxidation and reduction reaction, we can say it as redox reaction. Understood? So what is oxidation means? Gain of oxygen and loss of hydrogen. Or in this reaction we are getting only oxygen, means that is gain of oxygen is said to be oxidation reaction, and the loss of oxygen is said to be reduction reaction. Understood? So both reactions, oxidation and reduction, both reactions in a single reaction, means that reaction we can say it as redox reactions. Understood, children? Okay. Then we are facing so many problems about oxidations and reductions in our daily life. Okay, we are facing so many problems and so many gains also there, but problems is more. Okay, so what are the problems? Okay, so while oxidizing the substances, we are facing so many problems. What are the problems? Corrosion and rancidity. Okay, so the problems. Okay, see the effects of oxidation and reductions, oxidation reactions in everyday life. Okay, the effects of oxidation in everyday life. corrosion. Corrosion. And the second is rancidity. Okay, so corrosion, it is a main thing. Okay, we saw in our daily life. You all know, children, what is meant by corrosion. Okay, so that is the metals are corroded easily by the oxygen which is present in the atmosphere. Okay, there is no reaction. We are not doing anything about the metals. Okay, so we are using iron metals in our buildings. Okay, we are built buildings means we are using iron metals. Okay, for gates or for railings, etc. We are using iron metals or any other metals we are using in our purposes. Okay, that metals are getting oxidized. Okay, that metals are getting oxidized in the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, so which is oxygen is present in the atmosphere. The air is blowing. Okay, while that air is blowing, the oxygen is getting contact with the iron particles. So the iron particles are getting rusted. It is very big problem in our daily life. Okay, other than that. So that is we are upcoming for that. Okay, because of galvanizations, and we are doing painting for iron metals. We are upcoming, but that is very big problem for our daily life. Okay, so we are getting so much of we are expensing so much of money for that. Okay, for painting and all. Okay, every year. So here that is the main problem of corrosion. Okay, so then other than this, we can say other than that metals we are using copper and silver, gold. These are all silver and copper also. So this is the main examples. Okay, so copper is getting green in color in the outside. That is, so it is oxidizing. Copper is oxidized and it is getting green in color. Okay, iron is getting oxidized and it is getting brown in color, and copper is getting green in color. We saw in our older days, but I can't say nowadays we are using copper vessels in our houses. Okay, in older days you can see in your grandmother houses it is copper we are left. Sometimes means that copper is changes into green in color. Okay, so we are keeping water inside the copper vessels. It should be changes into green in color. Can you saw this? Okay, see then we are moving on to silver. Okay, silver we are using ornaments also. Okay, so that ornaments we are kept aside inside in that is at room temperature, or we are kept aside means that silver ornaments are changes into black in color. You all see that is we are wearing the ornaments also. That silver ornaments are changes into black in color. That is based on the oxidizing the silver. Okay, silver is getting oxidized to, that is changes the color of the black in color. Okay, the shiny color is wiped off. Okay, so then these are the problems by the oxidation of the metals. That is corrosion. The main problem is corrosion. Okay, so then we move on to rancidity. What is meant by rancidity? What does the word mean by rancidity? The spoiling of food. Okay, spoiling of food. Okay, we are cooking a food. That food we should keep aside for some days. Okay, we are using one day means it is good, but we are using 2 to 3 days. If we kept aside, we are having all the houses. We are having refrigerators. We are using refrigerators. So the food is not spoiling for 2 to 3 days also. But after that, in refrigerator also it is spoiling. Okay, that is because of the oxygen, which is that is a reaction of oxygen on the food items. So it is based on the rancidity. The smell, when it is the odor smell it is coming. So we can't smell that. Okay, that smell it is called as spoiled cooked items. Okay, so that is it is called as rancidity. Understood? So based on this oxidation, spoiling the food items. Okay, and one more example I want to say to you children, that is we are using of chips. Okay, packets of chips we are eating now. So that chips and all very harmful to our health. Why means, so that in that the food items we are kept aside means that food items are getting oxidized and it is spoiled. For that the manufacturers of chips, they are using nitrogen gas to fill in that packets. That nitrogen gas is very harmful to our health. Okay, so they are filling nitrogen gases to that chips packets. That is preserving the food items. That is, it preserves the chips. Okay, it preserves the food items which is covered in the packets. Okay, so it is not getting oxidized. It preserved from the oxidizing the food items. So nitrogen is very harmful to our health. So we are not eating chips. Okay, so which is filled with nitrogen. So the manufacturers of chips, they are using the nitrogen gas to avoid the oxidation of the food items which are packing. Okay, understood children? So what is oxidation and reduction and how it is affected? Okay, what are the effects of the oxidation in our daily life? The main problems are corrosion and rancidity. Okay, so we know what is corrosion, that is iron tins and other metals. Okay, copper and silvers are corroded, which is present in the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, and rancidity, the oxidation is spoiled the food items. Understood children? Okay, thank you.